You're watching the award-winning GHS-TV, a nationally recognized student television station.
Welcome to Red Devil Postgame. I'm your moderator, Akila Suggs. On this episode, we'll recap GHS sports during the second quarter. From bowling and swimming to wrestling, our reporters were there to get postgame reaction from all the big matches. We'll bring you those interviews a little later. Plus, get an inside look at the Memphis Hustle and an interview with the head coach. But first, let's take a look back at the varsity football season. The team had an uphill battle at the beginning of the season, adjusting to the loss of senior players, the addition of rookie players, and a new coach. However, Coach Farrell is confident the team will thrive again. While the Red Devil offense needs to be strengthened, the defense shined this season.
Defense is where we've got most of our returning players that have played before, and it's a strong point of our team. And you know, we put emphasis on special teams, and we try to dominate the kicking game.
While the varsity football team struggled on the gridiron, our younger boys on the freshman team saw success. With a 6-1 record, the team thrived and is giving us an exciting future for Germantown football. Here to talk more about the season is head coach Dustin Bauman. Hi, Coach Bauman.
Hey.
Thank you for being here with us.
Good morning. Good to see you.
Now, congratulations on such a successful season. What do you think was the key to the team's success on the field?
The key this year for us was our assistant coaches and all these players that really made it happen. It makes it a lot easier to coach football when you have such good people and good players around you.
Coach Bauman, what were some of the highlights of the season for you?
Oh, I know what the boys would say. The highlight of their year was probably beating Whitehaven pretty handily. A highlight for us as a coaching staff, I would say, was beating a JV team in ECS. But overall, my highlight as the head coach, I would say it's always seeing these kids from the start of the season to the end of the season and how they grow as young men.
Were there any weaknesses you had to address?
The weaknesses always, to me, is the distractions and keeping the boys focused at the task at hand. Sometimes they'll be thinking about other things, and when it comes time to football, we've just got to focus in on that.
Coach Bauman, were there any other challenges you faced during the first few weeks of practice?
Challenge is always the same at freshmen. We don't get early start at freshmen. It always starts around June, and you never know what you're going to get. This year we were very fortunate to have 80 great players. We compiled a perfect staff for the freshmen that really helped these kids grow, and so not too many problems this year.
Coach Bauman, you work with and get to know a lot of the new players every year. Is it hard to build that bond over such a short time?
It's not really. Kids are very receptive, and we love working with the kids, and that's really why we do this. So as a coaching staff, we just try to develop that personal relationship, and we want the kids to know that it's a family here. It's Germantown, traditionally great football program. We're happy to have them here. They are our family. They're our kids. So it's pretty easy to get that bond going with them, and it always helps to win, which we were able to be successful this year.
Now, many of these ninth grade football players played rec football over the years. How does that compare to high school football?
Rec football and high school football are two very different things. You can be a superstar in a rec league in your younger years, but then when you come up to the 6A challenges that we face at Germantown, it does get more testing and challenging at times, but with the work ethic our guys have, it was easy to overcome that.
Can you talk more about how being on the freshman team sets players up for the JV and the varsity teams?
Yes, the freshman is the basis of any program, and it's kind of like your lifeline. And those freshmen have to come in, and they're not used to this type of program, so they come from all over. So what you have to do is just get them set in our culture at Germantown and just push them to follow what people in the past have done, get them to get to know the older players, the new coaches that they'll be meeting at varsity, and it just helps them get ready for that level.
Coach Bauman, the season is obviously over. Can you talk about when tryouts will be?
The tryouts for the next season will still be June 3rd. We start our summer workouts then. And then we just move right into season. We'll do summer workouts Monday through Thursday usually, and typically for freshmen it starts at 4:30, ends about 6:30, and we try to keep that same format for the whole year.
Well, thank you for being on Red Devil Postgame, and good luck next season.
Thank you.
The GHS bowling team is looking good so far this season with the help of junior Justin Rogers, one of the top bowlers in the county. Reporter Aaron Parker caught up with the team after their win against Millington.
It's been an exciting night of bowling here at the Cordova Bowling Alley. Germantown beat Millington with a score of 2,556 pins. I'm here now with Germantown's Coach Hines and players Justin Rogers and Chase Jones. Coach Hines, how did you and the team prepare for the game tonight?
Well, we practice bowling once a week, each week during the season, and then on the weekends I encourage the bowlers to join a league so that they can practice their positioning of the ball and their stance.
Justin, Chase, is there anything you wish you could have done differently tonight out on the lanes?
More fun and more communication.
Just stay focused and just have fun.
Coach Hines, what did you think about the team's performance tonight?
I think everyone did well. They were able to keep the ball in the lane, thus winning the game.
Justin, as a longtime bowler, you've seen this team grow. How is this Germantown team different from previous ones?
More players, more commitment to practicing and not playing around, just having fun.
Coach Hines, how do you see the rest of this season playing out?
Well, as Justin said, they are practicing well. They are getting a few wins, and we're just enjoying ourselves as we go along.
Chase, bowling is a game where skill and strategy meet. How do you stay focused during a game?
Well, when I get up there, I just get into the zone and just bowl.
Thank you all so much for talking with me, and I hope you good luck on the rest of your season. Akila, back to you.
Thanks, Aaron. We're going to take a short break. When we return, we'll dive into the swimming season and hit the mats with the wrestling team. Don't go away.
GHS-TV started in 1982, and it was just a couple of cameras, a couple of on-air personality, and it's really grown into what you see today. It's a multi-million-dollar studio with top-of-the-line technology.
Being able to operate, all of the machinery in the control room, being able to use all of our software and hardware that we have around the studio is a great skill because this is top-of-the-line equipment.
I feel like this class has brightened my horizon. It's something that I never thought I would be doing, especially as a student.
GHS-TV is probably one of the most hands-on experiences a student will ever get in their lifetime.
Welcome back to Crosstalk. Nothing really has just the vibe that we have here.
Especially after you finished, you get a real rush of, wow, I just did that.
By the time a student graduates from Germantown High School, they will know pretty much every position there is, from producing to directing to on-air work.
You learn time management, you learn organization, you learn how to work with people, how to better communicate with people.
We put a lot on them, and they have to be able to have the responsibility and the knowledge to get everything that we ask them.
I had very little experience, so in the past 3 years, the skills that I've learned have absolutely exponentially grown.
The class has actually helped me figure out that I want to go to college for journalism.
When a student graduates, they are the best possible version of themselves that they can be.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow.
For more information about the Kappa program, visit ghskappa.com or call 755-7775. You're watching the award-winning GHS-TV, a nationally recognized student television station.
Welcome back to Red Devil Postgame. Our Red Devil swimmers are making waves this season. Reporter Maricus Lambert talked with some team members after their swim meet at Bigford Aquatic Center.
Thanks, Akila. I'm here with Miss Henderson and Brandon from GHS Red Devil Swim Team. You guys did great today.
Thank you.
Brandon, Tell me, how did today's meet go?
It went pretty good. I do what I always do. I do my best in swimming, and I saw how everyone else was doing good.
In your opinion, what do you think you can improve on?
For one, on my flip turns, I know I need to be a bit closer to the wall, kick more, and stretch out my arms a bit more, and other than that, I'd be pretty good.
Miss Henderson, what are your thoughts on today's meet?
I'm really proud of how they all did. Let's see, our boys came in first and second in all of their events, and our girls did amazing for not having swum these events before. And I'm really proud of our second place mixed gender relay.
Brandon, swimming is a very hard sport. How did you prepare for today's meet?
I do what I always do. I get in the zone, I think about what I need to do, and I just do it and swim as hard as I can.
Miss Henderson, what did you do to prepare the team?
We have practice in the pool twice a week, and we have conditioning in the gym, and we try and swim all the events that I know I'm going to end up putting them in, and even try and swim a little bit farther than the actual events, and that'll get them their endurance up and just get them ready to go.
Brandon, what are some techniques you use to help you swim?
Well, for drills, I use like fingertip drags to help get my arms further out. And I also do catch up where I have one arm out in the water streaming and then one over swimming.
Miss Henderson, Brandon, thank you for speaking with me today.
Thank you.
Akila, back to you.
The regular season is underway for the Germantown wrestling team. Madison Ricks spoke with the team after one of their preseason games to get a perspective of what's to come.
Thanks, Akila. I'm here with Coach Rakowski and players Aaron and Kaylin of the Red Devil varsity wrestling team. You both did great. Coach Rakowski, what is this tournament about?
This is a preseason tournament. It's our first tournament of the year. And basically as a coach, I'm here to see where our conditioning is at and see what we need to work on.
Kaylin, what do you feel was your best moment of today's match?
I really didn't do that good, but I guess at least I didn't get pinned, I guess. Yeah. That.
What about you, Aaron?
I pinned him, so that was pretty much a good part of that match, so yeah.
Where do you think you can improve?
I need to be more aggressive and work my offense.
What will you do to prepare for the next match?
Just get my mind ready and just go out and do what I got to do.
Get mentally prepared, watching wrestling videos a lot, just getting the highlights in my mind, the moves down, and yeah.
Coach Rakowski, how well were your players prepared this season?
We're prepared right now. Okay, so like I say, we're just polishing things off right now, see what we need to work on. Kaylin's first match, he had a great stand-up. That's what I wanted to see. His conditioning is not where he needs to be right now. That was probably the difference. Aaron's first match, first win, which I'm very proud of, very excited for him. But there's still a few things that we can improve on. And as far as the other guys, same thing. We a lot of coachable things, which I'm okay with.
What have you learned from working with the team this season?
That we need help. I need to help the team more and just be a good leader.
We need to help each other by being good teammates in practice. If you see a teammate doing something wrong, you go help him, teach him what he's doing wrong, stuff like that.
Well, Coach Rakowski, Aaron, Kaylin, thank you again for talking with me, and you both did great.
Go Red Devils.
Akila, back to you.
When we return, we've got an exclusive interview with Memphis Hustle's head coach, so stay tuned.
And it's very fun to be in band, trust me. It's so much fun.
When I was an 8th grader and I saw them march and I was like, wow, I need to be a part of this.
Our main performing group is the varsity band. That encompasses our marching band and our varsity concert band. We also have the jazz ensemble.
It's unique, so we're really lucky to have that.
I'm very methodical about teaching. I try to stay up to date because I want my students to have the best information that I can pass along to them.
He's excellent. He commands a sort of drive that we didn't exactly have.
I lead the class, but I also believe in the students self-assessing their work.
The leadership is led by the students. We lead most of the practices. It's basically just student-led.
And I think that's important for them to take that kind of ownership.
If you want to be a musician, you gain extremely important music skills, music techniques.
1, 2, 3.
There's so many opportunities for fellowship, and band is a family. And you develop that small community where you support each other, not only musically, but in many ways.
Really, without the band, the football games would be lame. Without the band, you wouldn't really have the pep rallies. The band is like a good foundation for the school spirit. If you want to join band, just do it.
I think band was the best part of my high school career.
For more information about the Kappa program, visit GHS-Kappa.com or call 755-7775. You're watching the award-winning GHS-TV, a nationally recognized student television station.
Welcome back to Red Devil Postgame. From the Memphis Tigers to the Memphis Grizzlies, it's no secret that this city loves basketball. 2 years ago, the Memphis Hustle formed as a feeder team to the Memphis Grizzlies. Reporter Madison Ricks went to the FedEx Forum and sat down with head coach Brad Jones to discuss how the team develops players for the NBA.
Coach Jones, thank you so much for speaking with us.
Excited to be here, Madison. I look forward to sharing our story with the Memphis Hustle with the Germantown family.
This year, Memphis Hustle went to the playoffs for the first time. What did that appearance do for the team's morale?
Well, it was very exciting for us, right? So this was the second year that the Hustle had been playing down at the Lander Center in South Haven. They had when the Grizzlies acquired the team, they played 1 year up in Iowa, but then they came down here for 2 years. So the excitement of the first time of being in Memphis and making the playoffs was a very exciting one for our fans and for our players.
It feels good, just ready to help this team get a lot of wins this year. Just excited to be back in the city of Memphis. I like Memphis a lot.
At any level you play at, when you have a chance to compete for a championship, it's exciting, and that's why guys play basketball, right? So, the G League's a little bit different because we play to get better in player development, but yet we still keep score, so we want to win. So when we were able to qualify for the playoffs and then win our first round playoff, it was very, very exciting. And we had guys like Javon Carter on our team, who was obviously an NBA player who with the Grizzlies was assigned, and Tyler Dorsey as well. And for those guys to be able to get to play in a playoff setting, it's very exciting for them, one, but it's also part of their player development, how they grow as professionals, so that hopefully they'll be able to go on and help the Grizzlies as they go forward in their career.
What improvements are needed to have a strong third year?
Every year we do a lot of self-evaluation, right? And the G League's kind of unique in the way of, there's a chance that we will have very few players back from this existing team. Our main goal in the G League / the Memphis Hustle is to try to help players grow and get better. We want to be a resource for them to be able to step on to the next thing, whether it's getting in the NBA like we had 3 guys this year, or going overseas to make a lot of money. So we won't probably have a ton of guys back on our roster next year that were here this year, which is fine. So we'll kind of regrow a roster and build out a roster that'll hopefully allow us to have similar success to what we had this year and maybe even farther to have a chance to compete for a championship.
As a new coach, was it hard for the players to adjust to your style of coaching?
I think we had a pretty easy transition. I'm a new coach to the Hustle, but I've been coaching for a lot of years. So over the years, I've gained experiences in how to incorporate your system, how to get to know the players, and just know that there's a process of step by step of how you get familiar with each other. So in any time there's newness, there's going to be some bumps, but overall it was a pretty easy transition, and mainly because our guys were just great guys and bought in pretty much from day one of what we're trying to achieve.
The team is really new, only 2 years old. Can you talk to me about how it was formed or founded?
There's now 27 of the 30 NBA teams own or run a G League team. Just 5 years ago, there's probably about 13 or 14. So you've seen a lot of exponential growth in the G League in the last 5 years. The thought process behind a parent club, in this case the Grizzlies, owning a team, is you want to have control of basically developing two things. One, players that you may draft, young players that maybe still need some seasoning on how to play the pro game. For instance, Javon Carter was a second round pick for the Grizzlies last year. He played about 25, 26 games with us this year. So instead of him sitting on the bench in the Grizzlies games, he actually got great pro experience. There's this pool of players who don't get drafted or aren't in the NBA, but yet there's still a lot of great players out there that maybe just haven't developed their game yet or haven't been found yet. So we take those guys, and so does every other G League team, and we try to find that diamond in the rough, the next guy that can come out of the G League and be a star for a team. And a great example we had this year, and Bruno wasn't, Calabico was not with our organization, but he was actually called up from the RGV Vipers and ended up starting games for the Grizzlies as the year went on. So that's the goal of all of us and what we try to do, and that's the reason why NBA teams have been so aggressive in purchasing these teams.
How does the Hustles assist the Grizzlies?
We're in a unique situation here because we are actually based out of the FedEx Forum with the Grizzlies. The beautiful thing about being that connected is, other than just trying to develop players, you can do a lot of experimental things. I can go down a long list of how we help them, but I think just being there as an experimental piece and as a developmental piece is how we help the Grizzlies every day.
Why is Memphis Hustle a great addition to Memphis sports?
The reason the Memphis Hustle is such a great addition to the Memphis area is because it's the step below the NBA. You have guys who are this close to meeting their lifetime dream of getting in the NBA. And as a result, they go out and they practice and they play so hard. It's so fun to watch and so fun to be a part of. Most fan experience come up after the game is that when they come, it's their first time, they come and go, man, I didn't realize how hard these guys play and how big and strong and athletic and how good they are.
It's just been absolutely outstanding to see the way these players have played this year.
I know the whole entire city of Memphis is going to be rallying behind them, and in South Haven too, so I know the players can feel it, the fans can feel it, and I think it's just a really, really great thing for them.
Coach Jones, thank you so much for sitting down with us. Enjoy the rest of your off season and good luck next year.
Thank you. Excited to be here and share a little bit about the Memphis Hustle.
Thanks for watching Red Devil Postgame.
We hope you enjoyed this episode and learned that there's more to Red Devil sports than field goals and three-pointers. I'm Erin Parker.
I'm Madison Ricks.
I'm Maricus Lambert.
And I'm Akilah Suggs. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you next episode.
Go Red Devils!